You're online, please.
Hmm?
You're online.
I'm online, but it's not full screen is not coming. It's too far actually. It's fine. That's not from reading. Otherwise, so that I can type something here. I'm live now.
Yes.
Mic not required. Direct it will go. Hello everyone. Can you hear me? I think I believe I am audible to everyone. Please mention in the chat box. Yeah, good afternoon. So before I start the session and you raise your comments, questions, and then I answer all of them. There are few queries well in advance. Participants has mentioned that, so I need to address them also. But before that, let me share the overall the aspects of this particular session, specifically for the course. Since some of you have already given the couple of assignments, the most important part that I need to share about the exam that you have to appear and the assignments. So there are total 8 week and 8 assignments. So all these assignments are mandatory for you. Minimum 6 assignments you have to submit. If you don't submit 6 assignments out of 8, you will suffer in your final grade. So make sure you submit all the assignments. Time to time submission is important. Suppose I received one query from a candidate, from a student, that because of internship, he could not submit the assignments in time. He missed all the 5 assignments so far it is done. And he said that, can I submit the assignment now? I think I forgot the name, but I think it's Sajan. So Sajan has mentioned that can I give the remaining assignments now? Perhaps it is not in my hand. It is as per the policy of the NPTEL guidelines and the authority. So you can coordinate with them and get to know whether you can complete the remaining assignments, like the old assignments. But the remaining assignments, those who are online, for them or those who will read this particular interactive session or watch this interactive session at a later stage, for them, this is to inform you that the remaining 3 assignments that left, make sure 3, 4, make sure you submit all the 4 assignments so that your total requirement of 6 out of 8 fulfill. Make sure that you do that, because 25% weightage are there in the assignments only. And in the end sem also, when you appear for the end sem exams, there are also huge weights are there from the assignments. You can go through the guidelines and the percentage of distribution of the end sem exam question pattern are been mentioned. Majority of the weights are coming from the assignments only, and few are changing the data, etc. Majority will come as it is from assignments and little bit of changing of the data and information. So if you go through the assignments effectively, if you learn the questions effectively, probably everybody will pass for this course. And those who are performing well, they can get a good score also. So make sure that you complete the assignments in time, submit minimum 6 assignments, minimum 6 and 25% weightage are there. And in the end same also huge weights are there from the same assignments. So if you can clear the assignments effectively, see 8 assignments, if you go through all the questions effectively, if you prepare properly, 50% weightage will be coming from the assignments itself, more than 50%. So everybody will get pass. You need only 40% pass grade. And then those will perform effective well, so they may get a good score. Now, there are another question. I should another question from another person that somebody have appreciated. Many have appreciated that. Thanks for the detailed techniques and on the business forecasting course, and these are quite relevant for us. It's very related. All this fine, but there is a question that where we can use these concepts in real life situations. Listen, business forecasting is a course which is a combination of industrial application as well as the machine learning and the supervised learning aspects. So it's forecasting means, from the term forecasting, you can understand that it's all about the prediction of a business problem. It's not about ordinary predictions, ordinary forecasting of any other domain. It's a business related. That means the technique that you are going to learn, that can be applied as a tools for the business problem to make a forecast. Suppose if you go to, in the industry, there will be three major aspects of predictions. For example, so requirement of predictions of the forecasting. For example, say sales forecasting, demand forecasting, and then financial forecasting. So if you consider these three major aspects: financial forecasting, sales forecasting, and say demand forecasting for inventory planning, operation management, manufacturing process, production planning. For all this you require demand forecasting. For sales planning, without sales forecasting, sales planning, you cannot do marketing plan and the corresponding procurement and all this business strategy. So therefore, and without financial planning, financial forecasting, you cannot do calculate your budget, you cannot calculate the net present value and all these things, you cannot do this. So therefore, keeping all these three aspects, from the marketing aspects, from the financial aspects, and from the operational aspects, you need forecasting, which is most of the important tool or the characteristics of any business decision making. Without forecasting, planning, without demand calculation, without sales calculation, without financial budget forecasting, etc., cost forecasting, you cannot start your business. So keeping these objectives in mind, you need some sort of forecasting technique to calculate the forecasting aspects, to measure the forecast, to measure the demand, to measure the sales, to measure the financial cost, budget. So in order to do that, in order to meet these, you need some sort of process, some sort of techniques which can help you to measure all these things. Therefore, business forecasting is one of the most integral part of business decision making. And when it comes to the business forecasting, there are two type of aspects of business forecasting. One is the qualitative aspects and another is the quantitative aspect. The qualitative or subjective aspects, I have already discussed different approach of forecasting methods. Like say, I talked about, say, consumer survey, I talked about, experts opinion, I talked about Delphi method, many methods I have talked, right? These are the way through which you can measure the forecast in a subjective manner. There is another aspect called the quantitative aspect, supervised learning, or say, different machine learning, supervised learning, through which also you can understand the data behavior, characteristics, clustering, and then dimensional reduction, all these things, through which time series and as well as, regression, through which you can calculate logistics. So through all these techniques of forecasting, ARIMA, you can use of quantitative techniques to make the forecast for the quantitative aspects for the business planning. So there are two dimensions. One is the qualitative, another is the quantitative. One is the subjective, another is the objective. So all these put together, you have a course content called business forecasting. So the techniques, whether it's a ARIMA, whether it's a logistic regression, whether it's a time series analysis, whether it's a regression analysis, all these are the decision making, data-driven decision making as steps, process. All these are integrated ingredients or source of learning which you can use for business decision making as a part of predictive analytics or business forecasting. So any dimension, any domain you go, whether it's oil and gas, whether it's energy, whether it's FMCG, you go, you require automobile, you require some sort of planning, some sort of sales planning, demand planning, and the financial planning. And you need business forecasting, and you need these techniques. So everywhere you have the application of this particular topic. Without that, it is very difficult to sustain in the market as an analytics person, or to gain a knowledge and to manage the business, daily business. So this is what the importance of this particular course, business forecasting. Perhaps one of the most important tools or techniques or the course content which is required for your placement, which is required for your knowledge gain, which is required for the industry to apply these techniques to make a better informed decision, to manage the risks, to improve the resource efficiency. For all these things, you require a business forecasting. For that, this course content are important. Now there is a question. Next question. I'll come to all the questions, those who have mentioned here. Like Manish has written a comment. Before that, let me, 40%, I think 37 is the lower part which we can adjust if the student perform well. Otherwise, 40% is the passing mark. So make sure, Mayank, that you maintain 40%. And 20% comes from out of 100 marks, 20% weightage will come from directly assignments. So don't miss the assignments, Mayank. Don't miss the assignments. Attempt all the assignments, take your time, address all of them, and submit the assignments in the portal. If you submit the assignments, all the 8 assignments, only 6 out of best 6 will be taken out of 8. So there you might get 25 out of 25 from the assignments. So remaining 15 marks, you have the 100-mark assignments like in some exam. From there, if you get some sort of remaining weights, you'll get the passing marks. Why to think about passing marks? Think about the getting a good grade, right? It's possible. And as I mentioned that in the end same, 25% weightage will come from the end same assignment itself. So already 25 marks are already there in the assignments. 6 assignments out of 8. You have to submit all minimum 6 assignments. And if you perform all well, 25 marks you will get from there, 25% weightage. And in the end same itself, another 25% weightage will come from the same assignment. So if you do the assignments effectively, you will get a passing marks. And then the personal test and the very basic questions we have put. Difficult questions are very rare. Maybe 10% difficult. The rest all are easy questions, and it is possible to attempt if you understand the concepts. If you understand the concepts, majority of questions you'll be able to attempt without any doubt. So therefore, don't worry about the passing marks. Think about the concept knowledge. It's not about marks also. I tell you, this course is one of the popular course in management department in my department in that IIT Bombay. So you can understand the demand of this course. Majority of the students take these courses for their skill development, for their knowledge, so that they can apply to any domain, any dimension of business, whether it's operation, whether it's a supply chain, whether it's a marketing, whether it's a finance, whether it's HR, everywhere it is required. Strategy, everywhere you require. Consulting, everywhere you require this. So therefore, in every domain, all the students enroll for this course and they get knowledge on that. So therefore, those who have enrolled for this course, it will go through the PPT, go through the slides, go to the lectures, attend the assignments, give a good exam. If you get a good score, if you get a good certificate from this particular course, it will be a lifetime asset for you. Now, there is a question that, can the exam be postponed 1 week? I think he's from industry. The point here is, I'm sorry to say that, postponing the exam is not in my hand. It is the NPTEL authority who takes the call on which day particular exam will be conducted. And perhaps it is fixed for certain cluster of courses. So that is fixed already. Students have enrolled for the exams. So now for one person, we cannot shift the exam. Then all the remaining, candidates, participants, 1,100 participants will suffer. Those who have enrolled for the course, for the exam purpose. So you have to adjust your schedule and you come for the exams. Otherwise, you will miss the exam. So there is no chance of, as per my knowledge, no chance of postponing the exams, because all the remaining students will suffer then. Next, my team has already responded to most of the questions. Still, there might be a few more questions that, I need to see. Okay, is the slides are sufficient to appear for the exams? Probably yes. I would not say that don't read the books. You should read the books. Do you see the different resource materials? Definitely, you should attempt different type of resource and understand and improve your knowledge by reading different books. That John Hanke book that I have referred as a textbook, and few more resource material I have mentioned in the reference list. You can go through all these books. There are many such predictive analytics books are also there, which I have listed in the reference list. You can read books. Definitely, you will improve your knowledge. But as far as this course is concerned, the PPT, the video that we have prepared, it's a world-class level. To be honest, if you go through the PPT, if you go through the videos, if you go through the lecture notes, and the way I have illustrated the concepts of different forecasting techniques during the presentation on the slides, that red color marks also you can notice effectively, so that the critical points I have mentioned each and in every slides. So that will also help you in understanding the knowledge. So as far as the exam and the understanding is concerned, the PPT, the video that I have provided, more than sufficient. But as far as the knowledge and the improvement of enhancement of the skill is concerned, I would recommend that you wrote more book, but slides are more than sufficient to, everything has been put over there throughout the video and the slides also. So there are a few more questions. I'll come to them again. Now there are some live questions. Now I would like to know that, can we please get format of exam paper on 26th April? How much theory and how much numericals? The format of it will be all MCQ. Let me tell you, the format will be all MCQ. No descriptive questions will be there. All MCQ. There is no negative marking. There are no negative marking. So Manish, note down that there are no negative marking, which is a positive thing for you. But most of them are, MCQ. We have put only MCQ questions and 4 options are there. And there is no alternative choice, only single choice you have to select. Multiple choice options are not given. Only out of 4, only 1 is correct. So you have to select them, read them, and the negatives, those who are wrong, you think wrong, you remove them, and among the 1 or 2 most appropriate, you select the best, which would be the answer for that. And questions, as I said, most of the questions are being derived from the assignments only, and little changes on the data. And few questions are given very basic level. So no need to worry about the exam. Just go through the assignments effectively. I repeat again, go through the assignments, attempt all the assignments. Suppose you out of 8 assignments, 6 assignments you have attempted effectively. Remaining 2 assignments you have not studied. We have not attempted effectively. So majority questions may come from the remaining 2 assignments. So why to miss the opportunity? If you read the assignments, if you understand all the questions, answer effectively, if you come for the exams, your preparation will also be ready. And most of them remaining, remember, apart from the assignments questions, if at all, I am repeating again, if at all, if the questions are difficult in the end same exam, if you find any difficult questions that are actually from the assignments, I told now 25% weightage are there as it is assignments. More than that, few questions are also little changes in the data. But remember, if you find any difficult questions in the in-sem exams, then that are the assignments. They as it is assignments only. The other assignments, the other questions that we have put apart from the assignment, they are much more easier than the assignments. So if you can prepare your assignments effectively, if you get to know the answers, your end-sem will be in the exam will be very, very good. So go through the assignments, question pattern will be the MCQ, and easy and moderate questions are there. So don't worry about that. Questions are much easier than the assignments. It will be objective questions. There will be no kind of write-up kind of aspects of subjective information you have to provide over there, because it's a business analytics course, business forecasting course. So here, there is machine learning, time series, ARIMA, etc. Conceptual information will be provided. What to write over there. So therefore, that will be more dangerous if you write something wrong and there will be partial marking, which other participants might not take it other positively. So better to have objectives. So all will be objectives, MCQ only. All will be MCQ, multiple choice. Yes, the exams will be Sagar. The exams will be conducted online in the examination center. Correct. You have to visit the nearby examination center. You can coordinate with that NPTEL team, reach out to that particular location well in time, and then provide the exam online. Give the exam online, and that's it. Sufficient time will be given to, I think, 3 hours, right? 3 hours time will be given to you, and you can then, manage the exam. Take your time. In that case, calculator will be allowed to solve problems. I think the basic calculator will be provided on the digital calculator are allowed. On the screen itself, that will be provided. On the screen itself, that will be provided. And it was asked to us also whether the calculator need to be provided to the participants or not. We have said yes. Students might require calculator because it's a quantitative course, business analytics course, business forecasting course. You might need to maybe 5-6 questions you might need to calculate, multiply, calculate time series, some basic formula you might have to use, and say name method or say exponential series formula or say moving average. Then you have to take the average of the data. So in that case, you might need to calculate some formula. So that's why you require calculator. Otherwise, it's not much of that use. But for the safe side, you be with calculator. Effectively, the digital calculator will be provided to you on the screen itself. In assignments, I have been using Excels for calculations. Can I use calculator for this? Yes, not an issue. Not an issue. Assignments are also, all answer based, right? Yes, you can use Excel and you can find the answers and then you can provide. You can use calculator also. You can calculate your assignments and then you can submit the answer. What is the level of exam? Easy, moderate, and tough. Majority are easy, then moderate, and very maybe 5% are tough. Majority question paper are easy, moderate. It was this time questions are much more easier than the previous years. Much more easier this year. So if you prepare yourselves, majority of the students will get a good score. Much more easier, and the basic level of conceptual ideas we have put. Only conceptuals. If you understand every concept, you'll be able to address it. And assignments, as I said, majority of the coming questions will come from the assignments as it is, with little changes in the data, sometimes as it is. So all the 8 assignments you go through again, again. Do they have the access of the assignments in now also? Suppose those who have submitted the assignment in the first week.
Portal they have.
So there you have in the portal it is available. So you can go through the assignments of all the first starting from 0 week to the 8th week. Go through all the assignments again and again and understand the question pattern. And I repeat, question paper in the end sem is much more easier than assignments. So if you can address the assignments effectively, you'll get 25 marks there. And also from there itself, majority questions will come here. So it is all set. So Hussein, majority of the questions will be easy and moderate. Very less questions are tough. It's up to you whether you consider it tough or not. If you don't prepare anything, like for example, one student has not given even a single attempt to address the assignments. Not a single assignment he has submitted. So 4 or 5 assignments are over now. So now if you come for the exams, how he will be able to address? You tell me. So you have to address the assignments, right? You have to go through the assignments. If you can address the assignments effectively, then only you will be able to, to some extent, attempt the answer sheet in the question paper, question in the exam also, and you will get a clarity the what kind of questions has been given to here, or what kind of clue are being provided through the question. So that is the only reference. The assignments are the only reference to come for the exam, and the PPT or the lecture slide that I have mentioned or I have taught. Now there is a question that what certificate is better, SWAM or IGNOU? That I cannot respond. It's up to you whether you like as NPTEL or not, etc. SWAM is very popular country-wise now. IGNOU is also very popular worldwide. It's very older process system. SWAM is also NPTEL is also very popular, and most of the students from across the country from different colleges are enrolling for these courses. Lakhs of students are attending these particular courses. Couple of courses of thousands of courses are being floated, and students are attending for this course, and they're mitigating the requirement of their college also. So you cannot say that some is also very popular, and it's a good, because quality teaching as well as the information are being provided, exam are also conducted, assignments, weekly basis assignments are being also done. So effectively, if you can go through all these things, you will learn everything what your college teacher are being provided. Now question, what are the other questions we can see? After the course, can you please give us examples of application of the concepts in industry? Yes, for each course, each class, I have, if you go through the PPT or the videos effectively, for each courses, for each module, for each topic, I have given examples. For example, if you go to moving average, for example, if you go to moving average, you might find, say, there are 3 types of moving average: simple moving average, weighted moving average, and exponential moving average. You go through the lecture slides, you go through the video, you'll get for each and every model, I have given examples. In the starting of the concept, at the end, once the illustration are done, I have explained where you can apply all these things. If you go to ARIMA, where you can apply, whether it's a stock market prediction, whether it's a gold price prediction, whether it's a good crude oil price predictions, whether it's the COVID cases that we had. For every type of problem, we have given examples. Every slides, every segment, every chapter has huge examples, industrial applications. So just go through all of them. Even you can ask one concept here now also, I will be able to respond to that particular question, that where we can apply these particular concepts. There are so many concepts I have listed, right? Dozens of concepts I have covered. So you in the chat box, you mentioned, sir, can you give an example of this particular concept? Note down the concept of the method. I'll explain where we can apply here. And go through the videos. For every module, you will find industrial examples I have mentioned on the lecture, during the lecture. May not be in the PPT, I have not mentioned, but during the lecture, I have mentioned different type of examples. Sir, doing PhD in the management, what are the criteria for sales method? How can you leverage this course for the above? See, for PhD admission, there are, you need to clear CAT or GATE. For PhD admission, you need to clear CAT or GATE. And in that case, there will be a written test also. And the written test, there are 4 categories. One is the mathematical logic, like quantitative methods. Another is the logical interpretation, the data interpretation, and the English. Fourth segment will be the English, and then the quantitative method, the data interpretation, as well as the logical reasoning. If you can prepare the CAT exam pattern, question pattern, it will be easier for you to come. And the course that you will learn here now, or you are learning from this course, this will not come in the, in the admission test for PhD at School of Management, IIT Bombay. The questions pattern that will come for the PhD admission test, or MBA admission test at IIT Bombay are very basic, especially for mathematics or management department. Very basic. The basic school level quantitative questions comes. So this what you have learned here, it is quite high level, right? MBA students enroll for this course. You can imagine that. BTech students even are not allowed. So here BTech students are taking this course because we have prepared it for both PG and UG students, and I have given stepwise illustration of each concept. So therefore, everybody can enroll for this course. So understand that. Therefore, this level of understanding for this course are much more value added to your CV than the PhD admission. Yeah, good afternoon. Exam is of how much marks? I think it's 100 marks. 100 marks. 50 questions will be there. Total 50 questions will be there. Listen, Playboy. So there are, and everybody, there are total 50 questions will be there. Each question is of having 2 marks. Each of them are of MCQ, multiple choice. 4 options will be given to you. One you have to tick. By understanding, by calculation, by doing the calculation or reading the concepts, you have to select the best question. And 50 questions will be there, 100 marks. Each of them are 2 marks. Many people have joined later, but you can go through the video at a later stage, that how we have initiated the session, discussion session today. And also there are a few more questions which has been mentioned on the chat box, and I have given the answer for each of them, so that you can also later stage also you can go through the interactive session, live session. See any other comments or questions we are having? I don't know what happened here. It becomes small screen. Look at this. Is there any issue that the screen has become very smaller? Okay. Hmm. Exam is of 100 marks. Exam is of 100 marks and 50 questions. All are multiple choice. No subjective questions, all will be multiple choice. So yes, there is a very interesting question, one of the best question from Avinash. Does this course will be helpful during my placement? The answer is perhaps yes. I think what happened, Ravi. No, I'm not able to check now here. See, Hello? Hmm? Now okay? Yes. Yeah. But in the screen, you could see that it's very slowly moving. Zoom है और वो YouTube है उस पे थोड़ा डिले जाता है okay. So the question from Avinash is that will this course be helpful for my placement? The answer is yes, strongly yes. For us, one of the best course for placement. If you pass from this course, you get a good score, good certificate from this course. And if you appear for the placement, you just tell them that I have taken these NPTEL courses from IIT Bombay and I have secured a good grade for this particular course. And this is the content of this course. You will get a huge advantage for placement. In my department, most of the students enroll this course, though it is elective courses, but most of the MBA students take this course as an almost compulsory kind of thing. 80-90% students comes for this to attend this course because this course is really helpful for their skill development, for their application in the industry as well as placement purpose. One of the most popular courses in my department at IIT Bombay. So this because MBA students need this type of courses for their skill development and the placement. And when the industry people comes, they know which course is really helpful for their clients and which can help them to improve their skills for their employees who will be joining through a management, so through the different BTech program or an MTech program or the MBA program, and who can deliver something positive to the industry with their clients. So they know that which course is helpful for which students, and if the students take this type of courses, whether they may get advantage or not. If the industry knows it, so why not you will also get advantage of that? This course is one of the best course for placement. One of the best course for placement. With the skill development, business forecasting, business analytics, predictive modeling you are learning. And conceptually, you are going through the concept ideas and you are learning all these things. Definitely it will be helpful for your placement. You just tell them during the placement, you tell them that I have taken this course from Professor Dutta of IIT Bombay, and this is the content of this course, and I have secured this kind of good grades. Definitely, you'll get advantage. I tell you. Now, if you have not submitted the assignments, then what we have to do? See, minimum 6 assignments required out of 8. If you don't submit the minimum 6 assignments out of 8, probably you will not get a score. Probably you might not be eligible to get a grade. So make sure you submit. You still have 4 assignments left. Make sure you submit all the assignments. I request everyone, make sure you submit all the assignments. Don't miss out the assignments. Only 6 assignments are required out of 8. Why you will not submit the assignments? You have enrolled for this course, you have paid the money, you are going through the sessions, you are observing the videos, lectures. Why you will not will you appear for the exam? Why you will not submit the assignments? It is in your hand, right? You have a time to prepare to get the answers of the assignments, and then you submit the assignments. Why you will not do that? And 25 marks are there as it is. For weightage, 25% weightage are there. And then again, these assignments will come in the end same also. Another 25% of weightages. So why to miss the opportunity, golden opportunity? If you have not done yet, make sure you submit all the remaining so that your total 6 out of 8 comes. 6 or 5, you just check. I think 6. Any other comments from anybody else? So if you have no further questions, then we can wind up the session. Or Sridhar from the NPTEL are posting some comments. Please look at these comments. and get to know the pattern of the questions. And if you have further questions, you can ask us. Any further comments or query from anyone? If you have any comments or doubts, queries, please let me know. We have the opportunity to, to come for interactive session. So whatever the queries or doubts you have, you can ask now. Write down on the chat box. We are here to address. Calculator. For the final exam, are the calculator based questions are simple one? Yes, calculator based questions are much more simpler. Yeah, Avinash, calculator based questions are much more simpler. Not all questions are calculator based. Maybe 5-10 questions out of 50. Remaining are conceptual based. Majority will come from the assignment itself. Majority will come from the assignments itself. 25 plus weightage will be there from the assignments. And then majority, few will be calculator based, and majority less all are conceptual based. Conceptual based. So if you can go through the understand the concept of each model, you'll be able to answer. Remember, if you can understand the concept of each model, you'll be able to address the NSEM exam effectively. And assignments, as I mentioned earlier. Okay, then any further query or doubt? Let me check if I have missed any further comments or the doubts. Level of questions will be easy and moderate. Very less questions are there. Maybe minimum questions are given with top ideas. All are conceptual based only. So it is easy and moderate only. Majority are easy actually, but conceptual based. You have to understand the concept effectively. Then only you'll be able to take the right question. And few are calculator based. The exam is of 100 marks, and there will be only 50 questions. So, okay, then wish you all the best for the exam, and make sure you submit all the assignments. Make sure you submit all the assignments. Please submit all the assignments. Take your time, address the assignments and submit in time. Minimum 6 assignments you have to submit to qualify for the final grades. So attempt all the assignments. For the remaining 3-4 assignments are left. Don't miss a single one. Okay, then thank you. If you have further comments, you can post your comments on the portal. Our team is there. Our research team, TA team are there. They will address all your comments, queries. If you have any further comments, query at a later stage also, they will certainly address in time so that you may get a clarification of your doubt. Don't miss out of this, portal of going through a portal and putting your comments over there or the queries, doubts over there. Because we may not be available every time, because today I am available. If you have any comments, you can ask now. But later stage, I may not be available. So in that case, you can put your comments, doubts on the portal. Our team will respond to you. And regarding the question pattern assignments of NSEM, I have already mentioned in this today's lecture interactive sessions. It will be available online. At a later stage, also you can go through for this particular interactive session. You can understand about the question pattern and the NSEM question type, all these things, exam patterns. So, which is most important now? Best wishes to everyone. Thank you. You're welcome. Yeah.